The Texas Longhorns are on fire, up to number 6. Last week around this time, they were sitting at 12 or 13. So Tuesday was the day. Not only did Sark take the stage at SEC Media Days, but Texas lit up the recruiting world, landing number 1 linebacker Tyler Atkinson and then flipping number 1 defensive lineman James Johnson from Georgia, which was more surprising to you, Steve.
Well, I think obviously them flipping James J.J. Johnson was something that was a little unexpected, but Texas never went away on his recruitment. In fact, when he committed to Georgia, I think that came as a surprise to the folks around the Longhorns program. Now, Georgia led for a lot of J.J. Johnson's recruitment, but a visit to Austin in April, then a return visit in the summer. It looked like Texas was in great position. He commits to Georgia, but Steve Sarkisian and this coaching staff stayed relentless. And obviously they were able to flip J.J. Johnson, a combination of what they've done on the field, what they can do for their student athletes off the field. It was too much for Georgia to keep him in the fold. He's locked in with Texas. That was a huge flip. And them landing Tyler Atkinson, nobody should be surprised about the prowess on the trail that Texas has right now. Tyler Atkinson's been to campus numerous times, including his last official visit the weekend of June 20th. Now, Texas is a program that maybe came on strong late, but came on strong late when comparing to Georgia, Clemson, and some other programs. But when you look at Texas, you look at the way they've developed Anthony Hill Jr., the opportunity to come into that defense and be a day one starter next year and fill those shoes. Again, what Texas does off the field for their student athletes from an NIL perspective, the fact that he trains in the city of Austin, he's already comfortable there. Texas had a lot going for them. We saw Texas have some big recruiting wins to end the last cycle, including Justice Terry out of the Peach State, them going in and beating Ohio State, Georgia, Oregon, Clemson for Tyler Atkinson. One of the more impressive recruiting wins this cycle.
Steve, this Texas-Georgia rivalry really just getting started. It kind of goes back to 2024 when Georgia went into the state of Texas, landed the number 1 linebacker, Justin Williams. Then Texas returns the favor last cycle. Justice Terry, a Georgia lead for much of the cycle, ends up in Austin. And now we've had the battles this week, but we got another one coming up on deck. Derrek Cooper is the next Texas-Georgia battle. It's going to go down on Sunday when he makes his decision. What's the latest here?
Well, as Steve Sarkisian in this Texas program tries to get to the heights that they want to get to in the college football universe, they know they got to beat Georgia on the field. Yes, they've had some good wins against them on the trail, but it only matters what you do on Saturdays, and they lost twice to the Bulldogs last fall, once at home in prime time, and then again in the SEC championship game. So you got to beat them on the trail for some guys to keep gaining those inches on the SEC powerhouse program. Derrek Cooper is someone that looks like he could be trending Texas here at the end of the cycle. Another recruitment where Georgia's probably been the most prominent team in Derrek Cooper's process as much as anybody. Miami's in there. He's liked Ohio State, Auburn, Alabama, to name a few others. But Georgia's been the leader for the most time. But it only matters who leads at the end. And Texas is coming on strong. He has emerged as their top running back target. He's being recruited accordingly off the field. And I think that it is an exciting opportunity for him with the way that Texas has developed running backs. And again, the way that their football players are taken care of from an NIL standpoint. Texas is looking strong down the stretch, but Georgia's still battling. And we know no matter what happens when he announces his college decision this weekend, that Miami is going to hang around in this process. And they're doing what they can to win it this weekend as well.
Yeah, that's true. Texas, like I said, last week around this time, sitting at 12 or 13, now currently sitting at number 6. If they can land Cooper, it could surge them inside that top 5. Do you think we could be talking back-to-back number 1 classes for the Texas Longhorns?
Well, one thing that'll decide that is how guys play as a senior evaluations, where their rankings are at the end of the cycle. They got some other targets out there right now. You have Rivals number 1 ranked cornerback Davon Benjamin. They're in the final 3 with Oregon and Michigan. Jake Kroll, a prize edge rusher recruit out of IMG Academy. Oklahoma's had a lot of buzz around it, but at the end of summer, Texas is picking up steam with Jake Kroll. They're going to continue to recruit guys like Michigan offensive line commit Malachi Lee. They're going to have their own senior evals in the fall, so we'll see who else they go in on. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to land another receiver. The first one that comes to mind is LSU commit Jabari Mack. We talked about this on the Inside Texas recruiting board. I said I think Texas might take another receiver, try to take one. I got questions about Kadon Finley, committed to Notre Dame, Jalen Lott, committed to Oregon. Those guys went through their entire processes, took their 5 official visits in the summer, went out and saw a bunch of schools, and Texas did not win those recruitments. Jabari Mack, his recruitment the week before he committed to LSU, maybe even days before, he said Texas was his leader, visited LSU, jumped in. So I think Texas will still continue to recruit him as a young man that maybe didn't go through his entire process before jumping into LSU. And then linebacker Isaiah Williams is one more name to certainly keep an eye on for Texas. 5-star recruit from Florida. He's someone that they were communicating with, a potential official visit maybe this fall. So we'll see what continues to develop there, although a lot of that intel was coming in before Tyler Atkinson committed.
Great intel there, Steve, on the Longhorns. Texas fans, talk to us. How are you guys feeling? Do you think that Texas could run it back with another number 1 class? Let us know. Comment section below.